warfare. Have you seen the clips from the Olympic opening ceremony? It was a satanic ritual, and I don't say that lightly. By now, most of you have seen the clips. I won't show them again. I don't want to force anyone to unwillingly participate. But I will describe some of the imagery displayed for the world to see, for children to participate in. There was a trans drag queen reenactment of the Lord's Supper, the golden calf on the stage, the lone rider on the pale horse straight out of Revelations, skulls, symbols of death, satanic red lighting, children trapped in tunnels. Even Snoop came to play along, wearing Baphomet around his neck. It was the ultimate highlight of degeneracy. They don't hide it any longer. They are proud of it. And we, as citizens of the world, are forced to watch it. It's the Olympics. Think about our athletes. We need to support them. They play that card over and over again, don't they? Use an emotional card to protect themselves from backlash and cancellation. There are Olympic athletes that are 13, 14, 15 years old, even younger, and they are being subject to pure evil. And people are outraged, understandably, but what are you going to do about it? And every time we see an opportunity for social boycott against debauchery, we eventually give in. It's so weak. The woke mind virus hijacked America's most popular beer, Bud Light, and we were mad for a few months, but we got over it. Target was selling tuck-friendly children's bathing suits, but we've somehow forgiven them. Disney is doing trans parades at their parks and DEI shows and movies, still busy. Luxury brand Balenciaga was using child bondage marketing, but they're still in all the malls. Even Epstein and all his associates are still on the loose, as is Diddy and his crew. We see a problem, clearly. Yell about it, post about it, maybe be upset for a couple of days or weeks, or maybe even a month. But then we see something else shiny, and it's on to something else. The Olympics, which our future generations throughout the globe watch, train for, and aspire to be a part of. It's become clear devil worship. When is enough enough? I'm not watching a minute of it.
Shalom. First and foremost, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Musun who taught me this truth to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors at Silakia and, praises, again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings, to the elect, starting with the 144,000, as well as the large multitude, the men, women, and children, whom the Lord has foreordained to receive this truth, Brothers have undoubtedly, seen the clips and the images, coming out of the opening ceremony for the Paris Olympics. You've seen the images that have been described here in this video. The trans reenactment of the Lord's Supper, the trans parades. Snoop Dogg wearing a Baphomet chain. All these different things, and this reiterates, of course, what we've been, saying, for years, and what we've known, for years, that this man's, system is run on witchcraft. It's all about witchcraft and casting spells, upon people. And as this, this man says in this video, people get upset for a few months or a few days, and then they just move on and they accept it, because if something is constantly put in front of you, sooner or later, it is going to be what? Normalized, right? Sooner or later, it is going to be normalized. Let me see if I can, get that definition here, right? Normalize, meaning, all right. So normalize, to bring to a normal standard condition or state. So this is not what we want. Mathematics, computing. To make, here we go. This is not it. To make something conform or reduce something to a form or standard. What does it mean to normalize? Right? To bring into line, to homogenize. Right? So to make something conform or reduce to a norm or standard. Right? So that's really what they're doing. So they're bringing out, these different satanic, rituals, these different, trance performance, drug performances, all these examples of spiritual wickedness, and idolatry is being pushed in front of you over and over again, and people are, understandably upset, as the man said, upset in the moment for a few months, for a few hours, few days. But then because it gets repeated so many times, it becomes normalized. You're being forced to conform to this as the new norm, as the new standard. This is what it is now. You know, people don't maintain their anger for long enough because of that spell. You know, so you resist, you know, for a few months, a few days, but then that spell, you know, because really and truly what it is it's witchcraft, you know. That spell starts to take hold, right? So let's get a few precepts. It's Ephesians 6 and verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And this is an example of that. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, just like, you know, the man said in the video, right? But against what? Principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And you're seeing more and more examples of this, right? The Paris Olympics opening ceremony is the latest example of that, right? Mocking, you know, the Lord's Supper, you know, with their trans and drag performance, you know, reenactment, I mean, you know, showing, you know, the Baphomet thing, you know, all these different things, all the examples that the man brought out in the video, right, are examples, right, of spiritual wickedness in high places, you know. Wherefore, take unto you what? The whole armor of Yahweh, which is the scripture, this truth, Yahweh Shai, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, you know, to stand. Right? 2 Thessalonians 2 verse 7, it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. It was back then, you know, in the form of the Roman Empire, but it's even more, what do you call it now? It's even more on display now. You know, it's even more on display now. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, right? Whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him who's coming, right, is after the working of Satan with all signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. Right? So you have some people that are going to fall for this. Right? You have some people, because I read some of the comments, you know, you have some people that are praising it, you know, and saying that this has liberated them. Like how the fuck does a drag reenactment of the Lord's Supper, you know, liberate you, right? From the, I guess they mean liberate them from the patriarchy. But anyways, you know, and it says with all deceivableness, it says, and for this cause shall Yahweh send them a strong delusion, that they believe a lie, that they may all be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And we're going to wrap here, you know, because we you know, there's not much that you really need to say. You know, the Lord ultimately is going to destroy them, even with all this witchcraft that they're working, that they believe is making them more powerful. Even with all of that, the Lord is going to make a full end of them, you know. So Isaiah 47 verse 12, stand now with thine enchantments, with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, right, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be that thou mayest prevail. Thou hast wearied thyself in the multitude of thy counsels, let know thy astrologers, thy stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from the things that are to come. Right? It says, behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them, and they shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. Which is what? That thermonuclear fire, yo. Right? They shall not be a coal to warm at, nor a fire to sit before. Thus shall they be unto thee with whom thou hast labored, even thy merchants from thy youth. They shall wander everyone to his quarter, none shall save thee. You know, so hopefully this was edifying, short to the point. Shalom.